then it's almost consistent cost. So that's going to benefit. And of course, the number one benefit is there is no other country which has the scale of talent what we have, and especially at the cost, like I mentioned. So that will continue to help India. And as we invest more in
on education, either for coaching or engineering, medical, government jobs, all types of coaching, or just to go to the schools. That's a very, very big driver of tier 2 cities, where no other jobs are growing probably, but education-related jobs or government-related jobs are growing. And then the expansion happening just because of population growth in outskirts of the cities. But there are cities where the
fluctuation in prices and disruption in supply chains, and then the Ukraine-Russia conflict really added to the volatility and the roller coaster ride that we've been going through. However, during this period, India has shown tremendous resilience, and so has its real estate sector. The
importance when you talk about implementation. So no one can undermine the importance of real estate sector in building Indian economy. So we have to not only plan for the growth of the real estate sector, but we have to plan for accelerating the growth of Indian real estate.
Who is the Managing Director in HDFC Capital, Mr. Srinivas Rao, CEO at APAC, Meridien Global, Mr. Prakash Sharla, Managing Director, SSCDL, Mr. Chintan Patel, Partner, KPMG.
Now we are talking about another one in December. Now, whether it's going to impact the real estate business, I don't think it's going to impact, because the demand is out there. People are being very clear that they want to acquire homes. So it may slow down temporarily. It's actually evident with the way the PE funds are operating in the last quarter. Now, as far as the office market is concerned, office market is doing exceedingly well. Till September, I think we have done about
cars, consumption, travel, everything is out of vengeance because they are safe. That saving is fueling the economy currently. So whether it's commercial real estate or whether it's residential real estate, like Mr. Prakash rightly said, you got to be really careful about what you build, because you got to build a sustainable asset class, not something that you keep changing every 6 months or 12 months or 20.
Affordability still has not gotten out of control. I think as long as interest rates don't go completely out of control, I do believe that India will be able to weather the storm, especially in the real estate sector, far better than some of the other players. Residential is definitely doing well, commercial is doing great, back again, leasing, if you see the recent leasing trends, leasing is back again, doing really well. Warehousing, e-commerce, that continues to do well. Data centers as a segment is doing well.
All across the world, including India. What is, the potential of that to disrupt our growth story? And secondly, how is the global capital flowing in context of what's happening, in the interest rate scenario, and are they seeing India as a positive place, or is it too?
It was pretty much, most of the people were actually just tracking FI inflows and not that much. Today the situation is that the FIs have actually been taking out money, right? So I have the numbers, but I'll spare the numbers, but the fact is that the Indian stock market has not gone down, because we have a very, very strong SIP and a domestic flow into...
So what are the urban commons? The urban commons are the connectivity, the roads, the external infrastructure, the garbage management, water, power, traffic, and so on and so forth. And if that outside the urban commons are not properly addressed, then what happens inside doesn't really matter. There will only be islands of excellence scattered around an urban sprawl, and the moment you come out, you are facing all kinds of problems. classic example is perhaps the case of Gurgaon. There was
Ratings, what actually matters. But overall, at least for us, over the last 7 years, we've seen a lot more crystallization of ratings that matter. There's a lot less of what was earlier referred to as greenwashing. And there are certain indicators that starting off year on year, even if you just map your own company to the indicators, will give you a greater sense of how a company can evolve. Our ESG journey, and we have been putting a sustainability report out in the public domain in the past 3 years, while we've been preparing such a report for 7 years, is basically the how of how we've done it. Some of it, or rather most of it, is very internal to us as a company. Like you correctly mentioned, we had a great...
The other potential argument could be saying, if I start working with others, I might lose my product competitive advantage. But then let's honestly ask ourselves, do we really have a product competitive advantage as an industry? There's been no product innovation for the last 30, 40 years. So what are we being insecure about? And again, let's look at other industries, right?
Has been perhaps more than the last 2 decades, and particularly while there are still connoisseurs of Test cricket, but almost now we know that the most popular mode, which is appealed to the